Hey, my name is Erica, and I'm going to be discussing the two speeches that I'm going to be presenting over the next couple weeks. The first speech that I'm going to talk about is my informative speech. Um, I am going into special education, so I want to talk about being a special ed teacher. And the general purpose is to inform, and that I want to inform my audience that being a special ed teacher and how we educate our students with special needs and how we get them to function in the real world and in school more independently. Um, and my thesis, I was going to say that if you love children, especially ones with learning disabilities or learning differences, a passion for advocating for them, and lots of patience, then this may be a job that would interest you. I'm going to share my screen. I have a couple of Google Slides that I put together. This is what we use in our classroom. In our classroom, we have these boards, and students can come up at any time when they're finished with their independent work or group time, and they can come and practice spelling their names. A lot of them can't write or don't know how to spell their name, so they can come up to their board, they can manipulate these pieces, and they can learn to practice their name. We also have each student has at their table or desk, they have a morning schedule. They have a first, then board, so they know what they have to do first, then what comes next. There's a rotation schedule that we have for them. This one's not up, but normally the rotation schedule is right here. So when we go through our rotation times, they have that. And then we have a finish bucket for when they put their little manipulated pieces in the finish bucket. So later on the day, we can go and reset their boxes. Here is an example of the rotation schedule. Each student will rotate around the room. We have at their desk, they have a iPad that they can work on their boom cards, and these are at the exact levels that they need to practice on, such as letters, numbers, shapes, colors. Then the teacher will have her own group. They rotate to her. They will rotate to a fine motor station to work on their fine motor skills. We have a choice area in our room just to kind of play and relax. Then there's another table, which normally I sit at, and I work on some of their goals that we have in our curriculum. Our curriculum is called Stires Fitzgerald here in North Carolina. And so I work on their goals in that. And then they each have these independent task boxes that they have three they do independently. Here we are teaching some children to potty train. So here's a visual schedule that helps them, navigate in the bathroom what they need to do in each order. Lastly, I have this. This is just an area. One of our students, we put boundaries so they know not to leave their area, and they have to stay in their box while they are working, and that's just one setup. I'm going to come back, stop share. Okay, sorry. Now for my persuasive speech, I want to talk about mandatory life skills in high school students. When I was in high school, 15 plus years ago, it was optional. However, I think that it needs to be mandatory. And the purpose of the persuasive speech is to persuade. I'm persuading my audience to make the life skills classes mandatory, because it will help later on in life. It will help students navigate through life. I feel like they need basic knowledge in several things, such as budgeting, investing, saving. What is a credit score? I had parents that taught me some of this stuff, but not everything. So I've had to learn later on in life, struggle a little bit. But I feel like if I had been prepared, I could have done a little bit better. I'm going to share my screen one more time. Bear with me. Okay. So here in this slide, I have just some percentages that 56% of Americans don't have budgets. That's a big percentage. I feel a lot of people are in debt because they don't budget their money. 33% of Americans don't pay their bills on time. So I really feel like maybe having these mandatory classes, these percentages can change. And I just wanted to show you on here. A lot of students don't know what a credit score is, what a bad credit score is, what a good credit score is. So I just feel like these are some things they need to know. So that is all I have, and I can't wait for later on in the weeks to share some more information with you.